This is well, Canada is on fire. At least the eastern part of Canada, northeastern Ontario and parts of Quebec are just on fire. And when I say fire, I mean hellfire. I mean outside. I mean it doesn't look so bad now, but yesterday when I woke up, I thought I was on Mars, and apparently in Ottawa, it's like orange. It's like you're on another planet. It is awful. Now, of course, I'm going to say a few things about this. First of all, you know the government is going to blame global warming and all that stuff, which it could very well be. And I'm not one of those people who is, oh, global warming doesn't exist. I'm not one of those people. But I will say that the government really doesn't care about global warming. They care about power, just like they don't care about coronavirus. They care about power. They don't care about terrorism. They care about power. And whenever there's a crisis, they will use that crisis to make themselves more powerful by getting people afraid and telling them to do things which may not even work, but it will make them more powerful, and they know they can get away with it because people will do almost anything if they are afraid. And I'm also going to say this. I'm not going to necessarily rule out arson. In fact, I have heard that some of these fires were arson, especially in Alberta. The RCMP in Nova is saying that arson they're blaming arson. And you know what? I want to investigate anybody who is arrested for arson. I want to know if they work for the government. I want to know if they work for the tar-faced Mac Daddy Trudeau, his government. I want to know if they work for the provincial governments. I want to know if they work for the CIA, because I'm going to tell you something. If you think that the government doesn't create crises and then blame something that they feel it needs to be blamed on, like global warming, and it's them causing it, I got a nice, beautiful beach house property in Mexico to sell you. I mean, the government does that all the damn time. So listen, I mean, you know that the police aren't going to investigate who's behind this, and if they do, they're not going to tell us. And the police will get their marching orders. And I mean, for right now, you can look up online where the RCMP is blaming arson. But I'll tell you this, I have a sneaking suspicion that in the next few days, in the next few weeks, when the government figures out what the narrative is and what they want us to do, and when the truth starts coming out more aggressively, I think that they might try and censor the fact that arson was responsible for some of these fires in Alberta. I'm just telling you, listen, I have been proven right on many occasions. I bet you it's going to be an offense on YouTube in the next few months, maybe even quicker. It will be an offense where you can have your site taken down if you say that some of these fires, quite rightly, were created by arson. Just remember, before coronavirus, nobody would, YouTube wouldn't get rid of you for criticizing vaccines or criticizing wearing a mask. Now look at where I am I am predicting that YouTube to Facebook, Twitter, all these guys will lock your account, throw you out. You'll be called a conspiracy theory. You will be called every name in the book if you say that some of these fires were created by arson. Now, I'm not saying all of them were created by arson. Did I say? No, I didn't. Did I say that? Hey, it could very well be global warming. I do believe there are ways to fight global warming that don't involve bankrupting the economy. But nevertheless, the government doesn't care about global. They care about power. So this is the Arana Nation, and we'll have more on this as the news comes out. But remember what I said. Remember what I said. Remember. I think the social media companies will block your account if you talk about arson, or if you don't talk the exact narrative that the government says. And the narrative will come out in the next few days, next few weeks. They're going to give us demands. They're going to tell us to do all sorts of stuff. Probably pay half of our income to the government so that they can fight global warming, which they're not going to do. But they're going to give us our orders. And when the news comes out, I will be out here telling you what's going on. This is